everyone. Welcome back to the Content to Profit replay. I am Sophia Spallino. I am so glad that you're joining me here on Mondays live at noon Central Standard Time. I am here to teach you how to turn your content into profit, how to build your dream brand on social media. And this is such a fun time because you can come here every Monday at noon and learn for free how to build your profitable personal brand. If you are joining me here live today, I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing about why your content is probably not performing well. What's actually sucking? Maybe you just don't know. And maybe if you're like me, you're a go-getter, you're a doer, you're an ambitious woman, and you're like, look, if I only knew what to do, Sophia, I would fucking do it. But I don't know what to do. Can you tell me what to do? Absolutely. But first, let's figure out what's wrong so you know what not to do. Because I bet if we take away what's wrong, you're going to be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, it makes sense to do it, quote unquote, right. Okay? Does that sound good? Feeling good today? Okay, so you are probably not, like, just for starters, you're probably just not feeling confident in yourself. And you're not showing up as you on social media. You probably feel like you need to show up a little bit like someone else, like you're seeing other people be. But the truth is, the more you are you, and the more you turn up the volume on who the fuck you are, the world, the internet, your future clients are going to be attracted to you. Literally, social media sells is like dating. It is so much like dating, and if you want to attract the right people, then you've got to be more of yourself. You can't cut out parts of yourself. You have to be 100% you, and you will attract people who are like you, to like, know, trust, and buy from you. It is really that simple. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so one, you're not confident. You're not believing in who you are enough to show up as you. You're not feeling safe in yourself, in who you are. You might feel you have to change and shift some things to get people's attention, to be quote unquote good enough, and that's just not true. And this could come up in ways where like you're actually showing up in a way that's different than you. So you have resistance to creating content because to you, creating content feels really hard because you have to look a certain way or be a certain way. But the truth is you don't. Not if you start training your audience to like you as you showing up every single day as yourself. So that's why your content might be sucking, because you're not showing up as you, so you're literally masking when you get on social media, and that's not authentic, and people read energy, okay? Number two, you are stuck following trends and only trends. You are not telling your own story. You're just showing up like doing things like this and thinking that's gonna translate to sales. It is not. It is never. And the more you tell your story, the more you incorporate who you are and bring people into that story, into your world, that is when you start to be seen as someone that they can trust because you've gone through this, this, and this. I just realized I put my bangles on the wrong hand. I don't want it scratching my watch. So if you can show up and tell more of your story. Now you might be thinking, well, Sophia, I want to follow a trend, but I also want to tell my story. Like, what do you mean? Well, you can do both. So today I told a story while posting a trend. So I shared a video that was a quick 4-second video with a trending audio, and I overlaid a story on top of it. And to get the rest of the story, there was a point down call to action to get to read the rest of that story. So I created some intrigue, right? I created some intrigue, and then that led to people going to that caption and then I called them to action to comment or DM me a specific word. And because of that, I now have like 50 new leads. Okay? It doesn't have to be hard. You can still follow some trends, but when you follow trends, are you telling a story? It's taking time to, instead of posting something like, do this instead of that, if you want this, you need to tell the story of what it's like to do the wrong thing. For example, right now you're watching this video because every day you wake up and you're like frustrated because you're like, I just don't know what to post. Like, if someone could just tell me what to post, I would do it, but I feel so stuck in my business and it's overwhelming me to do social media and run my company and take care of my clients. Well, if you knew what you needed to post on social media, that would take a lot of the guesswork out. That'd be a lot less complex. And so I'm painting a picture for you. I'm telling you a story of what it's like. You wake up, you're looking at the computer, and you're like, fuck, I need another cup of coffee already because I just don't know how I'm going to do it all. And I'm so overwhelmed that I feel frozen. Like, I'm just not going to do anything. Does that sound like you? So I just told a story. The more you can tell stories in your content, the more specifically you tell stories that talk about the woman that you're attracting as your ideal customer, the more likely she is going to be attracted to your content, the more likely she is going to buy from you. 3. We're at 3. You're putting too much text on your screen. It is getting so overwhelming that like people can't keep up. There's just too much there. So right now, you can actually put a little bit of a story on the screen and then redirect people to the comments. Don't overload the screen. Now, contrary to this, don't undershare on the screen. If you're not putting enough text on the screen, then people don't really feel intrigued to hear the rest of the story. And if you're not putting enough text on the screen, for instance, say you're in your Instagram stories, you not only need to have a caption, but you need to have an engagement marker where someone can answer a poll, slide, or you need a headline. You need something there that gets people interested. They know what they're looking at. If you have a poll, they're waiting to watch to hear what you're going to say for them to know how to take the poll. And they're maybe reading the captions, what's coming out of your mouth. But if you're not going to overlay a engagement marker or little slider, poll, Q&A box, then you definitely need to have a headline. People need to know exactly what they're about to watch in order to invest their time into it. If you want someone to watch you need to let them know exactly what they're going to get out of watching you, which is why if you've just tuned in, this is Content to Profit, the live replay if you're watching it later, or if you're just tuning in here live, welcome. I'm so glad you're here because when you're live, you can drop questions and I will answer them. But telling people, reminding them what the value proposition is. If you give me a little bit of your time, I'm going to help you with this. That is what you have to share on social media because your content's probably sucking because you're not making it about them enough. Unless you've got a really good hook that is shocking or intriguing or tells a deeply personal story where people are like, I'm nosy about that. You've got to make it about them. Her. The one you're serving. Social media is just a tool to literally take what you do and your business and put yourself right in front of the right eyeballs. That is all it is. Getting yourself in front of the right woman to buy your offer, to buy your service. And it is so powerful. And if you just know the right steps to take, you can build a huge business. In less than a year and a half, I built a multi-six-figure business using social media. If I can do this, anyone can do this. In fact, the story that I told this week and that I shared in a recent reel that is performing really well is when I left my ex who I worked for, I left with less than $9,000 in cash and someone was really triggered and left a comment that was like, that's like a flex. No. So I took this opportunity because I shared something like shocking, intriguing. And I took this opportunity to share about like $9,000 isn't a lot of money. And if you think it's a lot of money, I'm the wrong coach for you, because I want to work with women who believe they're capable of so much more. Who maybe $9,000 is a lot of money right now, but you know it's not going to be later. You know you are destined for more. And you just want to know how to do it. That is who I'm speaking to. So I was able to use a story that was very personal and about me, make it really intriguing, and then take it back to my audience in the comments and share how this is about you, the way I'm sharing it now. You got to believe you're worthy of so much more. You've got to know that, like, okay, $9,000 in savings is not a lot. That is not 6 months. I don't know what kind of lifestyle you live, but that is not 6 months of expenses ready to go. Women, we are worthy of so much more. So much freaking more. And I am not going to stand here and like dumb down not only my life, but your life by telling you that that's a lot or that it's hard. Because you know what? You know what's hard? Not having money. You know what's hard? Not feeling like you can go to the grocery store and get what you want. Oh, thank you, Coffee Before Flight. I so appreciate it. What is hard is not being able to do the things you love because you're busy working a job you hate or you're not making enough money. That's what's fucking hard. So when I'm not grateful for being a boss bitch who's building an empire because I'm super busy, like, yeah, this is like hard. But like what's actually hard, this just feels hard. But like bitches like carrying nice bags and wearing a Rolex, like I'm good. What's hard is who I was a year and a half ago, not knowing like how I was going to do it. What's hard is not charging enough for your services. What's hard is staying in victim mindset. What's hard is choosing to do things that are not going to serve you and not actually get you to the next level. What's hard is creating content that gets you fucking nowhere, but like spinning your wheels and not actually selling shit. That's hard. But it doesn't have to be hard for you. All I needed was one person to believe in me and go, Sophia, you fucking can. And I got really lucky over the last year that I came across incredible people who were like, yes, you can. Absolutely, yes, you can. And this morning I was at the gym and one of the women who was one of the first women to go, Sophia, why don't you charge more for that? Why don't you show up in your power? She was there and she heard my voice and she was like, hey, I hear you. I just had to come say hi. And I was just like, thank you so much for telling me that I could make so much more money. I would have literally just gigged around, like done little side gigs and never built a real business if it wasn't for this woman who like played hardball with me and was like, you could do so much more. Like, you need someone to see you before you see you. And if I'm that person for you, shoot me a DM. I would love to be your coach. But even if it's not me, find someone who can see you before you see you. And who could tell you like, hey, you're worthy of so much more. And on social media, you have the opportunity to show up and be anyone you want to be. Why not show up in your full power, being your best self, doing exactly what the fuck you know God put you on the planet to do, and shine? Because the moment I started doing that, and I quit being afraid of selling my services, I quit being afraid of knowing my value, I quit being afraid of charging my worth, that is where the shift happened. That is where I hit my first $17,000 month, $20,000 month, $30,000 month. It felt like I was living in a different reality because I was. because I showed up as a different version of me. And I know that you can do this too. And when you create content, stepping into your power and being like, this is what I have to offer. I know I can help you. And having that confidence about whatever it is for you, whether it is copywriting, whether it is nutrition, whether it is skincare, whether it is, let's see what else, human design, whether it is aesthetics. I have a girl who has a brick and mortar tanning salon business who just got over 3 new clients in the past week. I have a woman who has a nutrition business who just got a new client this weekend. I have a woman who is in therapy. She's a therapist. She's gotten 2 new clients this week. These are not just clients that pay you one and done. These are clients that pay you thousands and thousands of dollars again and again and again and again and again. Why are these women going to the women that I coach and saying, here's my money, I want to pay you? It is because the women I coach know who the fuck they are, and they show up on the internet sharing that value with clarity and confidence, knowing that they can deliver results to their clients. And I teach you how to create content that clearly shares that. But just to recap, for those of you who are just tuning in, the reason your content might not be performing as well as it should and selling is because you don't believe yourself. And in order for people to believe you need to believe yourself. Hi, Lori. In order for people to believe in you need to first believe yourself. Do you believe yourself? Because if you don't, it only takes 1 split second to decide that is what I'm worth, that is what I'm going to charge, that is how I'm going to show up on the internet. And there's a few ways you can get there. You can have a coach explain it to you. You can literally do some market research and see what other people in your industry are charging. You can literally show up and say exactly what you want. And no one really gets to decide that it's too much or too little. Only you. It's your price. Have I ever coached a partnership before? Do you mean a partnership as in like partners in a business? And tell me about the business. Meadowsmith, I'm definitely curious. Thank you, Christy Gee. So glad you're here. Okay, and then the next thing that we talked about, just to recap for everyone coming in, is you're feeling stuck because you're only following trends. You're not telling stories. People love to hear stories. Stories help your brain think. Stories make you feel alive. Stories inspire you. Stories make you emotional. Stories take you on a journey. Stories put you into a movie. Stories put you onto the stage with the actors. Tell stories. I tell the same story of how I went from A to Z, experiencing D in X time, and how I can help you go from A to Z without experiencing D in way less time. Now, as a lesbian, I love saying without experiencing D because there is no D in my life, probably. But whatever that is for you and your industry, how do you take a client from A to Z without experiencing D in what amount of time? And how can you tell them with clarity and certainty, I am the one. I am the one to solve your problem. I am literally like the savior for your business, the savior for your sex life, the savior for your copywriting, whatever it is for you. How can you show up in that level of like, I know I'm it. Here I am. Pay me, bitch. That is what it takes. Okay. A father-daughter duo, your dad and you. Oh my God. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm covered in jewelry. I've been in the jewelry business my entire life. My dad owned a fine jewelry store. I'm just going to call you Sifuntes. So I've been in the jewelry business my entire life. I would absolutely love to work with you. Shoot me a DM right after this live. I can absolutely help you. I used to do social media with my family's business and marketing and all the billboards and everything. So you bought into the business 18 months ago, trying to integrate and evolve a 45-year-old business. I know all about it. And it's challenging because just getting the jewelry onto a website is a huge expense. But what you do have working for you, other than like getting all of the jewelry and inventory live on a website, which I know how expensive that is to integrate, getting first started on social media could be a really good place for you to start. Absolutely. I'm so ready to help you. Be sure whenever if you'd like now, you could drop me your name so I could call you by your first name, or just shoot me a DM, but let me know your name. I love that you're a daddy-daughter duo, because I worked with my dad in jewelry literally since I could walk. I have been selling high-ticket diamonds. So it is not only could I help you with social media, I have the jewelry background. Specifically, the things that I've really been able to help women with has been jewelry, aesthetics, like skincare, fitness, nutrition. Those are like my areas of like, and like life coaching, spirituality coaching. Those are like my main, like this is in my wheelhouse. I have helped people like you. Like, we got this. Let's go. But I've literally helped doctors, lawyers, skincare experts, healthcare experts, dating experts. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, so the next thing that I talked about, I'm recapping, you're putting too much text on the screen. You're overwhelming people so much with your content, like they can't consume it all. And so you're not directing people into the comments to get the rest of the caption to get the rest of the story. And that could be your problem there, okay? Or you're not putting enough on the screen. You're not intriguing them enough. You're not having a good enough hook. You're not having good enough headline. You're not putting captions. There's no keywords in there. There's no search engine optimization working for you. Therefore, your content's only going to be seen by people who are already subscribed to you, and you're really not going to go anywhere. If you join my Profitable Personal Brand membership, when you join, first of all, you get live coaching with me. But second of all, you get a library of incredible resources of me teaching you the basics of SEO. And I go so deep into Instagram and TikTok and how it works and why SEO is so important and why you might be literally losing the SEO that you think you're embedding into your videos because you're not putting it in the right way and the algorithm isn't reading it. So if you are posting and you're like, why isn't this working? You probably need to join the Profitable Personal Brand Coaching membership. I teach live. This is not a course you can pick up and put down. You will actually stay on the bandwagon, and I provide plug and make money templates that will cut your content creation in half. You won't have to think about it too much. So if you're a service provider or a coach, this is for you. If you have a product-based business, you can still get value in the membership. You just might not need to stay as long because it's a different sales vibe, okay? But you will want to join at least for 3 months and grab all of the library of resources to use and get that live coaching. So when you step out and you show up on your social media, you can sell with confidence and you get comfortable sharing your face. Hi, Macy. Okay. I hope that you've had an amazing day. I hope that you've learned so much from Content to Profit Live. I am seeing, let's see, Sarah. So nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm excited to talk to you in the DMs. If you enjoyed Content to Profit Live, join me here every Monday at noon Central Standard Time, where I teach you how to turn your content into profit. If you're curious about working with me, DM me the word profit, and I will send you my free guide to help you get set up for business success in less than 1 hour. I put my heart and soul into this guide. It is going to help you so much. When you grab that guide, you will know about all my free masterclasses that are coming up. I would love to have you there. I'm going to be teaching on landing your ideal customers. And if you haven't already subscribed to my podcast, oh my gosh, you're missing out. A new episode comes out every single Monday. The podcast is called Social Equity, And you can listen to it on Apple. You can listen to it on Spotify. All you have to do is search my name or search the name of the podcast, Social Equity. It is going to be your favorite thing to wake up to and listen to on a Monday morning. I put a little fire under your entrepreneur ass to go out there and get what you want. So be sure to not only sign up for the guide, DM me profit to get that free guide. Just DM me the word profit. 2, subscribe to the podcast. And 3, if you have an existing coaching business or an existing service provider business and you want to know like where are you leaving money on the table and you want someone to help you, me and my team are offering free consultations. If you DM me the word scale, we will get you set up for an appointment. Absolutely free. And even if you don't choose to work with me, we're going to help you identify where you're leaving money on the table, where your marketing is seeing like a little hole, because unless you plug it, you're always going to have a leak. So, 3 ways again. 3 ways to work with me. 1, get your free resources. DM me the word profit, and you're going to get your free audit to profit guide. 2, subscribe to my podcast, Social Equity. The link is in my profile. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, and I teach you just like I do here, super actionable, bite-sized information to help you go out and get what you want. And 3, if you've got an existing coaching or service provider business, or you're dreaming of building a brand, you know what you want to do, and you want to be able to scale your business, DM me the word scale for a free consultation. We cannot wait to talk with you. And I will see you back here on Mondays at 12 Central Standard Time for Content to Profit Live.